Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back with a new video, continuing our Game of Thrones Dynasty Warriors universe. We're going to finally get some gameplay in, finally get started, get this ball rolling. But first, before we can do that, there's still just one more little thing I need to show you guys, and that's the actual scenario itself, the world we're going to delve into and start this war. Right, let me load this up. What I've created here, I'm going to show you, so you know what this Westeros, this version of Westeros is going to be like. I've basically had to turn China into Westeros here, and here's the scenario: a Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings. Ned Stark's been killed by King Joffrey, and Westeros erupts into civil war. Who will win the Seven Kingdoms? Here we go. Let's show you guys what's going on here. Right, as hopefully you guys have learned from my previous videos, a vagabond unit is basically a unit that kind of roams all the lands. They don't have any lands themselves. They're just like they're just like a group of misfits. Those will be like the Brothers Without Banners and what's the other guys called? The Brave Companions and Arya's group of misfits. Those are the kind of guys that you'll see just kind of just roaming around. You know, the Three-Eyed Raven crew, I like to call them Bran's crew of Hodor, and the Reed kids. And the three officers are just people on their own. These will be your Jack and Hagars, and you know, just people just on their own and just roaming about and stuff. And probably some people that live in the lands, but they're not exactly like fighting for their lands. They're not officers for the lands, like common officers. They're basically free officers. Okay, let's get started. And here you have the Blue Kingdom here, these two here. You've got the rulers, the Night King, who we saw in a couple of episodes of Game of Thrones in Season 5, in that awesome episode, Hardhome. And you've got this blue bit here, the Wildlings, led by Mance Rayder. You can see all his crew there on the left. And then you've got this bit that took forever to get black. The wall that you can see here, cutting off the Wildlings and the White Walkers in the lands of Always Winter. They're cutting them off nicely, so I made a pretty cool wall. The middle, of course, is Castle Black, with Jorah Mormont, Sir Alistair, Maester Aemon, Jon Snow, Janos Slynt. You've got Edison Ollie and all that. Sam Tarly's there, of course. And then you've got Shadow Tower with Denys, Mallistar, Yarwick, the Stone Snake, Corrin Halfhand, who Jon Snow had to kill for you to get himself in there with the Wildlings as a double agent. And then you've got Eastwatch by the Sea, as obviously it makes sense to put it on the Far East there, led by Cotter Pike. And I'll put Vrast there, and I'll Carl Tanner, and some other guys there. And then you've got the green bit here, these three green bits here is the Stark Kingdom. You've got Robb Stark in the centre, that's the capital. He's a ruler of Great John Umber as the Marshal, Catelyn the Strategist. You've got Rickon Karstark's the Prefect on the left side, with the Karstark family there and some other soldiers. And then you've got Rob Glover leading Stark loyalists, the people that end up joining the Bolton and the Freys later on, but still stay loyal to the Starks. They've got two loyal Freys there. Who knew there could be a loyal Frey? And then you've got the Freys here, who are on the far right. They seem very similar green, but they're different. Walder Frey's the ruler there, Black Walder's the Marshal, Ryman Frey's the Strategist, and you've got all these Freys that are common officers. So they're not connected to the Starks. Like, basically, even though in the show, the Boltons and the Freys betray the Starks because they're part of their army, but I just want them to be separate. So if I do pick the Starks, we can just quickly attack them and get revenge, but I don't want them to be part of the Starks. Right, the Starks is kind of boring because they're probably not going to betray them, so I don't consider them part of the Starks. And then we might as well jump to the Boltons here, who are right at just in front of the Starks here. You've got Roose Bolton leading it, he's the ruler. You've got Ramsay Snow, he's not a Bolton yet. You've got Amy's Frey and Hostine Frey, they've got all their Frey. They borrowed a couple of Freys from the Frey family, the Frey House Frey. You've got Big Walder, Small Walder and all that. And then you got Edmure Tully and Hoster Tully here, the Tullys, in this little patch of land there, just underneath the Starks on the left side, on the west side for the side. You got Hoster Tully, Edmure Tully, Blackfish Tully, Desmond Grell, you know, all of them there. Jason Lannister, who's the father of, where is he? Who's the father of Patrick Lannister right there. So there, maybe if I pick the Starks, it'd be good to align with them. And then on the far left here, you got Balon Greyjoy, Victorian Greyjoy, Yara Greyjoy, and Theon's crew, the Sea Bitch here. This is obviously the Iron Islands. And then you've got Castle Rock on the far west, who's Kevin Lannister's, who's taking control of Castle Rock, while Tywin's away, and Jaime's away, and Tyrion's away, and they're all away in King's Landing. So Castle Rock there, he's a prefect, as you can see, so he's obviously being held by the King Joffrey, who's right at the bottom there on the southeast. And that's Cersei as a marshal, Jaime's a strategist, and Sansa's an officer there, Hound. You've got Mandon Moore, the King's Guard people basically. And you've got Tyrion, who's a prefect of a more central area. Probably you could think, even though this is the capital, this is probably not the capital, but I just got this small council crew. And you've got Tyrion, Podrick Payne, Bronn, Varys, Littlefinger, Balon Swan, the Paramounts, Lancel Lannister, Ilyn Payne, and Aers Oakhart. And you've got Tywin, who's, you could say this is probably the Harrenhal area. And this is Tywin taking up Harrenhal. Let's say you can just imagine that this bit was owned by, you could say this bit was owned by the Tullys, but obviously Tywin's taken it. And Tywin's a prefect, the mountain, he's got the mountain there. Marbrand, who leads the mountains unit. And the mountains crew, Dunstan, Rafford, and you get the rest of the picture there. And here's King Renly, who's in Highgarden. All this bit is Highgarden. Renly's unit there. You got King Renly, Mace Tyrell, who's the hand of the king, the marshal, and you just put Marjorie as strategist, give her a big role there. You got Brienne of Tarth, Loras Tyrell, and the rest of the Rainbow Guard. His Rainbow Guard is there. And you got basically Highgarden, the Tyrells family, led by the prefect Lady Olenna. You got Randall Tarly, Mathis Rowan, and a whole bunch of Tyrell bannermen there. And then you've got right at the south, you've got the Martells and Dorne. You've got Prince Doran, who's a ruler, Oberyn, the marshal, Arianne Martell, the strategist. You've got Illyria Sand, Quinton Martell, Areo Hota, Calaettes, Nymeria Sand, Tywin Sand, Abara Sand. You know what? I'm tempted to change this. Let's get rid of that Maester type Coelet or whatever his name is. Actually, no, I better not. It's going to ruin things. It's going to ruin the unit. Okay, and here you've got Daenerys on the far east, you call it Essos. I know she's a lot further east, she's not actually in the Westeros map. She's more further east, but that's as far east as I can get her. And there she is, Daenerys, Jorah, so Barristan, Aggo, Jogo, Dario, Nahanes, Missandei, Strong Belwaz, and Akra. You guys wondering where Grey Worm is? Well, he's just there. Grey Worm with a whole bunch of Unsullied leading them. So that's pretty good there. Pretty strong land there Daenerys has got. And you can see their strengths there, but I'll let you figure that out yourself. And then, last but not least, you've got Stannis Baratheon, who's at the bottom there, just like southeast a little bit. And he's with Melisandre, Sir Davos, Shireen, Selyse, and some more Seaworth family. Davos's sons who decided to fight for Stannis. And so now, like, if Stannis decides to attack at the bottom there, or even in the middle, you can have literally the Battle of Blackwater. Now that is pretty damn cool. So the Battle of Blackwater is almost guaranteed to happen with all the Lannisters there and Stannis there. I almost want to pick Stannis up in the Battle of Blackwater. But anyway, that's enough of that. Spent way too much time doing that. I still haven't even shown you the three officers, a whole bunch of Lannisters, Freys, Mors Umbar, all these characters all everywhere. Like, you may see them pop up now and again when we actually get this game started. Okay, I haven't really edited anything, so I don't really need to save it. Let's get out. And now, just to show you the banners, show you how detailed this game is, I've got like the Flayed Man banner of the Boltons, Renly's banner, I've got the Frey banner, I've got the Brotherhood banner, no, Brotherhood, the Brave Companions banner, sorry. I've got the Tully banner, Starks, Greyjoy, Joffrey's Lannister and Baratheon banner, the Tyrells, Lannisters, the Targaryen, Sons, Martell's banner, the Sons of the Harpy, Stannis' Burning Stag, some other banners here that I probably won't even use. This is for the Wildlings, but I won't use that. And of course the Night's Watch Black banner there, and Arryn banner. So you've seen all that. Now we can finally get started. Let's get this show on the road.